Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Software Engineer K here, and today we're going to be recapping the rise of the Ultraman drop. We're going to be going through a few updates on Twitter, as well as an update regarding the market system and fake bidding, alongside our daily price analysis, where the price is going in the short term and mid to long term. So without further ado, I'll show you guys exactly what I have now. So this is my vote. Pardon the choppiness, my phone was overheating when I took this. So I was one of the few people who was eligible for the secret rare Rise of the Ultraman. Now, it doesn't appear to be available to add to your showrooms yet, but you can actually interact with it. So I'll show you guys that in a second. But you guys can see I have actually been busy on the auction. So I've got this Ultraman Ace now. And I did get a few other Series 1 NFTs as well. I've got some Adventure Time ones, a Batman. So just need to adjust the alignment of the common. And as you guys can see, I've got 5 out of 6 of the Ultraman Rise NFTs here, the artworks. So the secret rare, once I can add that to my showroom, I will add that to this wall, which should be pretty cool. But I just wanted to highlight that the application was running a lot more smoothly this time around, because I believe they've manually scaled up the instances of the application running on the servers, as well as I believe that they've resolved those unhandled backend code exceptions. So I passed on my feedback to Reese. It was mainly David Yu, the CEO. He's the one who picked up my video and passed it on to the developers. And this time around, I did not see a single backend exception creep into the app. So they have definitely fixed that. And that was causing huge taxation on their application memory. So that is good that they fixed that. But as you guys can see, I have my vote there, and what I want to show you guys is my complete set. I've got the secret rare as well that you can see, and I got serial number 0298, so 298. So I got below 300, which is pretty good. The first 10%. And you guys can see that there, secret rare Rise of the Ultraman with the Marvel logo missing, of course. I've noticed that they have started removing all references to Marvel. They removed the Ultra Rare, which has Spider-Man in it. So that is going to be very interesting. Now, going on to Twitter. So I do have Twitter as well. So feel free to follow me at Surprised Cat. And you guys can see here, I've got 6 out of 6 on the Ultraman for Rise of Ultraman. But I did point out that from Series 1 Ultraman, even though the ultra rare for that was not available, if you did get all of the available ones, it doesn't count as a complete set for some reason. So the ultra rare from here is missing. It's a complete set. The ultra rare from the first set is missing. It's not a complete set. So there's a lack of consistency there, which I think they need to address. But moving on, so VeVe, they have said that this was I believe this was probably the fastest drop, mainly because the application was running faster. We didn't have people stuck on loading screens for half an hour with the ultra rare still not sold out. So 10 minutes, everything was gone. So if you did get the rare, then well done. You were one of the fastest people around. I believe the rares were sold out in about 20 seconds, which was crazy. So that is pretty cool to know. And a lot of people are now sharing their artwork. So that is pretty awesome. Now, just a quick point on Twitter. So during the drop, we did see a change in the drop time. Now, that was a glitch. And I believe what may have happened is one of the developers, because the developers are working remotely, so they are in different time zones. I believe what must have happened is one of the devs pushed up some code which was using their own local time zone. And so that time zone, I think they were using, some kind of date time function to calculate the time of the drop, but it must have been with a different time zone. I think to get around it, you have to use invariant culture. But basically, the time zone difference must have kind of leaked into the actual release time of or drop time of the Rise of Ultraman. So pretty simple fix, I guess, for them, because it was supposed to happen at 4 p.m. GMT, or I think it's 8 a.m. PST, whatever time it is. And yeah, it's good that Reese was on top of it. He assured everyone it wasn't going to happen, 8 hours later. It was on the original time, which is good, because if you did see that change in the drop time, you'd probably still be waiting for it and you would have missed everything, which would have been not very good if you've been anticipating this the whole week. So moving on from there, we do have some updates regarding the auction system. So I did pass on some suggestions, such as having a reserve wallet for gems, which are going to be used for auction. So you stop getting these fake bidders, and you ensure that people get paid in time as well for their NFTs that they've auctioned off. And obviously a system which allows you to cancel within before 30 minutes of the auction ending, just in case you do have a bid that you want to retract. And ideally a make offer option would be good as well, similar to eBay. I think they should probably just look at eBay and just replicate the features of there, because eBay isn't like anything unique. They don't have IP on their auctioning system. There's loads of websites out there that have a buy, sell, and make offer feature, so it's not like they're going to get sued for copyright infringement there. But I did want to touch on, oh, this is pretty cool. So people are now sharing their artworks. So I did also want to touch on the price. So I haven't changed these charts, these lines that I drew in the past 3 days, just because I want to show you, this is what I believe it's going to follow. And you can see that my prediction was it was going to break, retest, and then break. But because we have had constant I guess not necessarily delays, but we just haven't heard anything regarding this big update. The price is, like I said, it is trading sideways, and that's exactly what I said it was going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring this support line down so that it's now matching this a bit better. And what we can see is OMI is actually on a downtrend. If I get, let's see, a nice color that is bright, let's go with the cyan one. You can see that OMI is actually going on a downtrend here. Yep, there we go. So I think what is going to happen is tomorrow, so this actually coincides perfectly with tomorrow, is either we get some big announcement, the price breaks this previous resistance here, or we drop down from our current support and we come back to this level here. It's going to do one of two things. That's my prediction, assuming we do or do not get a big announcement tomorrow, because tomorrow is the last day of April, I believe. Let's see, 30th of April, and that is when we people were anticipating an announcement during this month, so we have to wait and see there. But I believe in the in the mid to long term, OMI, these short-term price movements are nothing. It's just literally a blip on the chart. It's going to be, I believe it's going to be worth 10 times what it is right now by the end of the year. And Reese has said this, David, you have said this, the brands that they've released so far, because they do not want to release big brands whilst the app was in beta and whilst it's still undergoing so many changes, they want to save the big brands for later on, and those brands are secured because they've been working on, I think, something like 300 different NFTs past few weeks. So that is ridiculous. And we've got Trevor, who used to work at Riot. He's been leading the way on that, so a lot of good things to look forward to, guys. Now, I did want to finish on one last point. A few weeks ago, I was telling everyone, I made a video, do check it out, on the app performance issues for VeVe and just how they could, just how they could fix some of the issues. And I was trying to explain to people, the app, the marketplace, they're going to roll it out to 2 to 5% of people, and they're going to roll it out to everyone. And people are still, losing their minds over it. Like, oh no, they're going to roll out 5,000 at a time. It's going to take forever. I'm quitting VeVe. I'm selling my OMI, blah, blah, blah. That's what happened. They did release it to everyone. They rolled it out in one go because they had done sufficient testing. Just like I told everyone, they're going to fix these server issues because the underlying issues aren't really that difficult to fix. It was just identifying those issues, because these things are very, very difficult to test for. It is really, really difficult to, simulate thousands of people on their phones on various different devices in a test environment for software, especially I doubt many of these software developers, they're heavily involved in the product themselves. They're just there because they're software developers. It's a job. They're just doing it. They get paid for it at the end of the day. I'm not that heavily invested in the products that I work in. I've used them. I do use them personally, but it's the app that I work on is the Amazon credit card app. So I use it, but I'm not like obsessed with it. In a similar way that I doubt a lot of these developers are hardcore fans of these brands. Maybe they are, but I'm just saying that you can never replicate perfectly real life scenarios in a software test environment. It's just, that's why they have to roll it out to a few hundred users and then scale it up to a few thousand until millions of people can use it. So I just wanted to make sure everyone was aware of that. So we do have some great stuff to look forward to. I will keep you guys updated with anything I hear, but thanks so much for watching, guys. Please do like and subscribe to support the content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.